Hey guys, it's Kari. How are you all? Are you guys tired of seeing high schoolers in anime all the time? Well, today I'm here to give you a couple of recommendations for what you can watch if you want to see anime characters that are actually part of the working world. Because a lot of anime is made for teenagers and young adults, oftentimes their characters will be high schoolers or maybe even university students. However, when we get anime characters that are actually in the workforce and full-grown adults with real adult responsibilities, their struggles in life, their approach to relationships, and also life will be very different from that of a high schooler. So today we're going to talk about some anime that is very popular with working themes. I'm not going to mention very popular shows like Wotakoi because I've talked about Wotakoi to death. Another one is The Devil is a Part-Timer, which is so popular. And another one is Working, which basically follows a group of cute characters in a diner living their slice of life working days. I want to mention some other shows that some people might not really know about. Certain shows will be a little bit more popular and have a bigger audience. Some will be a little bit more niche that I just recently discovered while researching for this video. So there's going to be a give or take for whether or not you've seen these shows or not, and I hope you guys will stay tuned. The first one I have to talk about is Shirobako. Shirobako is an anime that follows 5 girls who are in a friend group. They meet in high school and they create an animation club together with big dreams to work in the anime industry. The main character that we follow is Aoi Miyamori, who is the project manager at a small animation studio. Through her perspective as a project manager, we're able to see different stages of the anime from development all the way to final cut. Shirobako is really amazing because it follows very realistic characters who are very passionate and skilled at what they do. Even though outside the main group of friends, the character designs are a little bit more plain, each of the characters that work in the company contribute to a very significant stage of the anime creation process. And Shirobako focuses a huge amount of its time and energy into really delving into the semantics of creating anime, as well as the struggles of getting funding, working on a timeline, getting people to coordinate, and sort of sorting out people's differences at work as co-workers too. Shirobako is probably one of the more popular work-related anime shows out there, but it doesn't really take place in a typical office company. It is a little bit more unconventional because it's about animators, and as you probably know, animators and artists, they always have crazy schedules, they're staying up late, they're overworked. Their typical 9 to 5 is very different from regular Japanese company workers. So for anyone who's ever been interested in the anime industry or who just loves anime, you are going to love this show. The next show is called New Game. It actually released not too long after Shirobako gained a lot of popularity during its seasonal release. New Game follows a bunch of cute girls doing cute things, but in a game company setting. Our main character is Aoba Suzukaze, and from her perspective, she is a total newbie at a company. Compared to Shirobako, where Miyamori was already very experienced and later took on project management by herself, Aoba is totally new. She's just starting at the company, she bought her first company suit, she's setting up her desk, she's getting to know coworkers, and I feel like this is a show that sort of romanticizes your first experience in a company setting. There's a huge moe aspect among the main characters that attracts a lot of fans to the show. There's also a lot of comedic mini moments that bond the characters throughout their working lives. So I think New Game is a pretty cute anime to watch if you're looking for something that's work related but also very lighthearted and doesn't take work struggles too seriously. The next one I'm going to talk about is a little bit more mature. It's called The Ice Guy and His Cool Female Colleague. The Japanese name is really long. This show blends fantasy, romance, and working in a quirky series about company workers that are navigating their everyday life. There are company workers that are human and they're interacting with company workers who are descended from Japanese folklore creatures. There is a company worker who has fox ears. She's like descended from some sort of kitsune or fox spirit. The main guy character is descended from a snow maiden. So he's basically like Elsa with uncontrollable ice powers. And the manager seems to have some sort of relation to Buddha. He has the elongated earlobes, and he always has a really zen expression on his face. So I think it's really interesting that they're merging modern day company life with supernatural aspects from folklore. I think the blending of these elements is what makes the show really attractive, and throughout the series we're able to see sort of different characters interact with each other, go through regular working events like having their seats reassigned, going on company work trips, working overtime. The spicy part is that there's like a fantasy element to it, which I find to be like really cute. Number 4 is Aggretsuko. Aggretsuko is not for everyone, but I wanted to highlight it because it has a very interesting art style, and the episodes are broken down like little vignettes. It's almost like short comic strips were animated to spotlight certain aspects of working life. Our main character, Aggretsuko, is a red panda. She works with a whole cohort of animal co-workers in this cute company together, and she's struggling to cope with her work stresses on a daily basis. She plasters a smile on her face, and she's always really polite to people at work, but she sort of holds in all of her stress and anger, and she goes to a karaoke bar at the end of the night to scream out her frustrations with angry death metal. Aggretsuko is a decently popular series. Throughout the seasons of Aggretsuko, we start to shift away from Aggretsuko's main storyline to learn more about other coworkers and their other struggles as well. I just think the comedy aspect is so dramatic and extreme that it gives the show a lot of charm. Finally, we have life lessons with Uramichi Oniisan, which is along the same lines with Aggretsuko in that it features a main guy character who is just fighting for his life at work every day. He works on a kids show, he hosts a kids show, and he has to interact with kids every day and chat with them and make a very enjoyable episode segment with them in the studio. However, on the inside, he is just dying from the fact that he's overworked, underappreciated, and so burnt out from dealing with kids. As someone who used to work with kids, you really gotta be like 100% when it comes to the younger kids. They don't understand why you're stressed. They don't understand why you're like melting on the inside from work, but it's really funny to see the dynamic between what he says on the outside and how he acts versus his real thoughts on the inside. I think not only for like Japanese culture, a lot of people have experienced that as well. You're just always pretending to be extra nice at work even though you're so frustrated and ready to explode. Also, for this particular show, the cast is really amazing. So if you are a voice actor otaku, there are some pretty big names that are included in this cast. Even just to check out the acting, this show is really fun to watch. And I think a show like this is definitely a more realistic take on the working world rather than having an idealized slice of life show about working. This one, we're actually able to see people complaining about work, which I think a lot of people can understand and get behind. Have you guys watched any of these working shows? If you have, let me know what you thought in the comments below. And also, if you have other working shows that are very fun, don't forget to recommend them to me. I'm always ready to check out shows that have more unique and mature characters. I'm also someone who's a little bit tired of the high school cast, so that's why I ended up looking for all these different shows and compiling a list for you guys. And if you guys enjoyed it, don't forget to subscribe and like for more content like this, and I'll talk to you guys in my next one very soon. Bye!